Do you like anime? Maybe some provocative anime? Ooh. Well, here's a little secret, guys. Come on in. I kind of do too. It's a little secret only you guys are gonna know about. Only the reaction channel. So don't tell anyone on my main channel about this, but I have an entire room dedicated to provocative anime. So when I was just browsing my recommended on YouTube, this gem popped up, and that made me think, you know, I feel like this isn't a genre yet. Let's try it. So today we're gonna be checking out Big Sister Can't Hold Back Her Love and Obsession for Her Brother. Whoa! Okay, let's see what this is all about.
Source: My One-Hit Kill Sister.
My one-hit kill sister. This is awful. You have to scrape your own right eye. Huh? Whoa. You want your big sis to lick it all over? That's what you're saying, isn't it? For example, the number of beauty marks on your body. Okay, where is this leading? What is going on right now?
The story starts with a random village burning as everyone seeks shelter.
Standard, I like it. Classic start to an anime.
The last soldiers were killed by one of the orc brothers who have taken over the village. The eldest raises a glass to celebrate this victory with his brothers. Who knew they could be so loving?
Orcs are really party animals, aren't they?
The orcs talk about capturing humans as they drink heavily, but then a young boy approaches them and draws a wooden sword. They certainly won't be too—
That sword doesn't look wooden at all. That really looks metal to me. But I could be wrong.
excited about being disturbed. He introduces himself as Ekusawa Asahi, an adventurer. One of the orc brothers charges toward him and leaps into the air. Asahi shields his face when suddenly a cloud of dust explodes in the orc's path.
Oh, could it be his sister? Is this where we meet his sister?
Before he can reach the kid. Coincidence or just great luck? The dust dissipates to reveal a rocky spike emerging from the ground, which pierces through the eldest orc, killing him immediately.
Sorry.
A beautiful young girl with bright red hair furiously attacks the orcs. One of them runs away while the other cowers in front of her. Asahi—
Is that a Nintendo Switch? It looks very off to be a Switch, but it looks close.
Lived a regular life, but one day he saves a child from a car accident and dies instead. Truck-kun strikes once again. While he's waiting to move on to the next world, all he can think about is new video games and how everyone would react to his death, including the redhead Maya.
Wait, so is Maya like a real life girl that is now— is she reincarnated with him in this new world? And then she's gonna end up being his big sister? Is she reincarnated as his big sister, but they weren't sister and brother in the other world, and he had a crush on this girl, but now he's the big sister? This is like a really interesting anime plot.
Completely normal thoughts for a dead person, right? Suddenly, he sees the iconic light at the end of the tunnel and finds himself in a fantasy world that has it all.
It feels like every isekai takes place in the exact same world almost. Like, at this point, like, they're all transported to like this exact place. ReZero, reincarnated as slime. Jobless reincarnate, like literally these could all be in the same place. I wouldn't even know. Anyway, I've never seen this anime.
He really can't control his excitement at being reincarnated in a video game. He takes a picture from his smartphone wanting to upload it, but there's no service. Isn't that obvious? It's medieval times, and neither does he have any money. He visits the pawn shop to sell his phone since he doesn't have any use for it. Well, it's a classic video game trope where he sells items he doesn't need and buys some leather armor for physical agility and a simple sword. He thinks he'll be great at fighting on the front lines. He heads to the Adventurers Guild where he meets a bubbly, short-haired girl who thinks it's cute. He's come looking for his first quest. She takes responsibility for teaching him the regulations and presents the registration form, which he fills out.
This always happens in like every single isekai. Now they're going to like a guild and they're getting like stuff for them to do. Okay, pretty standard.
The two of them pick his first quest together, and she suggests he should defeat killer rabbits that rank E on the danger scale. He accepts and travels out of town where he encounters a fire-breathing wyvern that chases after him.
That's
Suddenly,
definitely not a
he doesn't
rabbit.
like the game as much and runs for his life, wondering if someone must have set the wrong difficulty setting. He desperately throws a stone at the wyvern, but it barely lands a few meters away, dousing his hopes. The creature corners Asaki as he lies on the ground and calls out for his elder sister, Maya. Suddenly, the ground turns pink under him, opening a portal and summoning Maya, who recognizes her brother had called out for her. He's relieved to see Sir as the wyvern attacks her with fireballs, but she realizes she can fly. Did the pretty girl also get all the superpowers? She uses her newfound powers like strength and bravery and defeats the wyvern in a single blow to save her little brother.
Let me get this straight. So he just calls out, "Ah, big sis!" And then all of a sudden she just appears out of nowhere, and now she's just beating up this dragon with her just newfound powers in this isekai world. I wasn't expecting her to get pulled into the world, because she's definitely still in her, like, our world clothes, like the normal world. Anyway.
He wonders what she's doing in this world with him, but she's ecstatic and hugs him. Her compliments do seem quite flirty for siblings as she sits on top of him. Yup, she is the overexcited, brother-obsessed real sister. He explains to her they are in another world, and he asks her how she ended there. She explains that while he was in a coma after the accident, she was beside herself with worry and spent day and night by his side. However, in his sleep, he kept muttering things about another world, which made her wonder if his spirit had traveled somewhere else. Thus, she repeatedly bangs her head against a wall and ends up here.
So she basically kills herself by pounding her head against a wall. Is that what I'm gathering from this?
Asahi is surprised he's still alive and that Maya has such amazing power.
So wait, no, she didn't kill herself. She put herself into a coma with him? Does that mean that she's gonna be in the bed next to him?
But he decides to head back to their world. Maya asks how he plans to do that, but of course, he hasn't thought of it and blames her for following him here without a way to get back. So now they have no option but to make new lives for themselves in this world. He doesn't quite like that only Maya is OP and that she might be the main character. Back in the present, the orc begs Maya for mercy, but she obliterates him in one hit, truly living up to her title. She is upset that his perfect porcelain skin has a blemish and thinks she doesn't deserve to be his older sister after this. Might be taking it a little too far. She presents a healing elixir which Asahi tells her most people to save to use against the final boss. He tells her a bit of spit is enough to fix it, but she misunderstands that he wants her to lick him all over.
Wait! Big sis, what are you doing? Oh my god, I hope my older sister never sees me watch this. That would be, I don't know, this is already really weird for me because I have two older sisters. Why did I even say that? I don't even want to mention, this is a little too much information. This would make me so uncomfortable.
He refuses, but she jumps on him and starts licking him. I don't think she understands the concept of consent, as the survivors from the village gather around and recognize that MC saved them.
They're like little cats. Just imagine they're a cat brother and sister. Would it be any different? I don't think so.
They start cheering for him, calling him a mighty hero, surprised that Maya's victory has been attributed to him. However, he has now accepted that this story is just about his big sister being OP. Back at the Adventurers Guild, the receptionist congratulates him for ranking up 3 classes after the orc incident, which is quite a huge achievement. He holds his hand out and she presents him with an ogre class badge. She explains that a badge is like an identity document, so he's not allowed to sell or give it away. Her praise makes him blush, but I'm not too sure Maya will be happy.
Her praise makes him blush.
About it, as she continues telling him that falsifying ranks is illegal, which could result in execution. Asahi begs Maya to hide her strength and make him appear like the strong one. She doesn't understand but agrees.
At that point, like, why doesn't he just, like, tell her that his big sister did it? I mean, I get that he wants a rank, but like, what? Like, at that point, like, if it's death, like, why don't you just tell them at that point?
She doesn't understand but agrees. Asahi asks to see her stats. She just starts dictating her measurements and finally gets her to display them. However, the screen is empty and he wonders if it's an error. But then it strikes him that maybe her levels are so maxed out that the scores stretched off the entire screen.
He thinks like she doesn't have anything, but it's so maxed out. You can't even see it in the, oh, that's so funny.
He really can't help his jealousy at this point and insists she must never show anyone else. She loves keeping a secret just between them and agrees in exchange for seeing MC's secret numbers, where she just wants to count the number of beauty marks on his body.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Come on, isn't that a little too perverted? In town, Asahi and Maya see a crowd gathered around a party of knights, whom the people rely on to defeat the Demon King. Why is there always a Demon King? Asahi wonders if they are famous. Isn't it obvious there's an entire procession for them? The man from the pawn shop tells him they are the strongest party, Clan Balmung. This entire parade is a farewell to send them on their mission to defeat the Demon King. Asahi explains to Maya that the Demon King is the final boss, and defeating him could sometimes send people back to their worlds, which makes her want to kill him in one hit. Hey, it's not like heading to the convenience store. The man from the pawn shop tells her no matter how high her rank is, they need to gain more experience as he tells them about Dragon Hunter Siegfried. The leader of the clan is a dragon-class adventurer.
This is really covering a lot of ground here.
We get it. It's in the name. Asahi marvels at them and wants to be just as strong one day. A big burly man, Delin, who's had too much to drink, overhears them and says there's nothing too good about being dragon class, and that Siegfried is just arrogant and cocky. He must not have been able to achieve it himself to hate it that much. The man with the food stand tries to cool down the angry customer, who smashes an axe through the table.
I feel like he's gonna end up joining their group.
Wouldn't want to get on his bad
Or they're gonna end up fighting this man.
side. Townsfolk start gossiping about who could defeat Delin since he used to be an ogre class, even though he got demoted, and the pawn shop owner turns their attention to Asahi. The people start cheering for him as their champion who will save them, and Delin calls him a pipsqueak.
Dude, she looks exactly like Yoko from Gurren Lagann. Look at that. Same freaking person.
Oh, he better watch out for big sister Maya, who is furious at this insult. She plans to pound him with magic until he's on the brink of death.
She wants to pound him with magic.
So he'll crave to be killed for the rest of his life. Why are all pretty girls so scary? He instigates them to attack, but Asahi whispers something to Maya and walks towards Delin, throwing one insult after the other. He uses an old mom joke, and Delin attacks, but Asahi moves his hand, cracking the stone-paved street beneath them. Delin runs away scared, and Asahi becomes a hero using Maya's power, with no one finding out he is actually weak. Maya reminds Asahi of his promise to do anything in exchange for her help and smiles mischievously.
And they had great segs? What? Did they actually? Did this actually happen in the anime? This feels very illegal.
The story continues with Asahi recapping how he ended up in this situation. MC was summoned to another world only recently and is now in the middle of a slime hunting quest as a novice adventurer. With a mighty strike, he manages to slice the blue slime in two. Hooray! He is embarrassed to say that he can finally beat a single slime easily, and it only gives him 1 experience point.
I mean, that's better than nothing, right? Like, you gotta start somewhere.
But that's the level he's at. On the other hand, his big sister Ikusaba Maya is much more experienced and seems to be doing better. He levitates in the air, magic circles appearing in front of both hands. Shouting "Big Sis Fire," she obliterates an entire field full of slimes while MC watches stunned. She's just gained 100,000 experience. Elsewhere, the hero Siegfried and his party have been completely annihilated by the Demon Lord, a well-endowed horned lady. "Unbelievable," he exclaims. "We've driven off countless dragons, but we're unable to defeat her." The Demon Lord boasts she's much stronger than any dragon and goads Siegfried into attacking her. He charges her, but she sends a blast of purple magic at him that takes him out in a single hit. The bored look in her eyes is all-consuming as she wonders where she'll find somebody who can entertain her a little and won't fall in a single attack. The scene then shifts to Maya sneezing. Huh. Did you catch a cold?
Okay guys, so I don't know if you know this, but whenever someone sneezes in an anime, that basically means that someone's talking about them. So when they were talking about how she's stronger than a dragon, I think that's trying to say that his sister is a dragon. Is that where it's leading?
MC asks. Since Maya is dressed like that, MC goes over and gives her his jacket, because that's a healthy trope since guys don't get cold or sick. Feeling that he cares for her, Maya's blush turns into a very desiring gaze.
That's your sister! Calm down!
Well, if that's the case, she says, why don't you warm me up using your body heat? At this, MC laughs nervously and tries to back away, but she's upon him in an instant. We're going down this road again? The next day, MC resolves to not keep relying on Maya, and he sets out to take on a quest he should be able to complete on his own.
Come on, man, you can't fight the name of the anime. Once it's there, like, that's the whole point. Come on.
As he walks to the Adventurers Guild, his sister opens a window above him, positively beaming. "I'm so glad I got to come to this world," she thinks. "After all, I get to be with Asahi from when we say good morning to when we say good night." More interesting thoughts appear. "I bet he's in the next room thinking the exact same thing," she says, holding her laundry in her hands.
As he's trying to, like, get rid of her. Ooh.
She realizes she can't sense MC's presence in the other room as everything has gone completely quiet. She bursts into his room, not even respecting his privacy. What if he's just doing teenage guy things? Luckily for him, this isn't the case.
Teenage guy things? Whoa!
Maya enters. She finds it empty save for a note on the table. "I'm going for a little walk. Be careful not to catch a cold," it reads. She inspects his bed, finding it still mildly warm, meaning MC can't have gone far.
That's pretty weird. I can't even imagine, like, going to my bed and being like, "Ooh, Tori was here recently."
It looks like she's about to search for him when she suddenly gets a better idea. "Wait, this is Asahi's bed," she shouts before jumping onto it. "I can feel his warmth." Soon she's wrapped
Okay, maybe if I'm feeling really clingy, I'd do that. Not even gonna lie.
up in his own sheets and completely lost in heaven. Even
Whoa.
Yanders might be able to take a few notes here. Meanwhile,
That's kind of weird. She's like, "Ooh, it smells like him."
Asahi is off at the Adventurers Guild looking for quest contracts from the receptionist Tanya. She suggests troll hunting or a quest to swipe a wyvern's egg as options matching his level of skill.
I love the descriptions. Please help those who are proud of their strength. Proud of their strength? Compensation is based on experience. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Wouldn't that be possible to grow them from eggs? Oh, ha, ha, ha. So they're gonna find a wyvern's egg and give it to their son so that they can grow them into a wyvern, whatever the fuck a wyvern is. Anyway,
The troll quest is of moderate difficulty at level 15, while the wyvern quest is very difficult and is at level 18. MC tells her he wants an easy quest because he doesn't want to forget what it was like to start out. MC is handed a quest to gather rainbow mushrooms in the Claudio Forest. It's difficulty level 2 and was intended for complete beginners, so Tanya apologizes. It might not be all that fulfilling for someone who's ogre class. MC pulls some more BS, reminding her no matter how small the quest, someone has to do it. Thus, Tanya leaves in with the magic mushroom quest. Surely with such an easy quest, MC should be able to handle it without his sister.
I want some of those mushrooms. Look at it, they're rainbow. Where the freak do you find rainbow mushrooms?
And get enough experience and money to pay for the room at the inn. And so, MC is off looking for rainbow mushrooms. When he gets there, everything is literally easy pickings, but it makes him wonder why there aren't any other adventurers around. That's when he sees the sign warning about dangerous bears. Surely it'll be unlikely for a bear to attack the one guy who is extremely weak without his sister and all by himself. Surely right. Which is when a bear shows up to attack him, chasing him as he tries to muster up the courage to confront it.
Why are the mushrooms no longer rainbow?
He turns and uses his signature skills Stone Throw, because that worked well last
Now they're rainbow again.
time. Sure enough, he actually uses one of his mushrooms, tossing it right into the bear's mouth, who swallows it instantly before resuming the chase.
What do you think the mushrooms are gonna do? I feel like they're gonna make him like super strong and it just is gonna end up backfiring.
Then, a massive blast of lightning completely annihilates the creature and sends MC bouncing all over the place, spilling mushrooms until he crashes into a nice comfy cushion.
It doesn't look like it's his sister. I feel like his sister's gonna come out and she's gonna get really jealous and then she's gonna start beating the heck out of him.
Melons. MC immediately realizes it's her sister. What with the insane amount of power and the feel of those pillows. He calls her sister, but unfortunately for him, it turns out to be the Demon Lord, complete with her 2 ox horns.
Oh, that's not good.
MC immediately jumps
Whoa!
away, apologizing, but the demon seems to take a liking to being called Big Sister,
Of course she does. Of course.
even going so far as to protect him from the horde of bears that soon show up. No matter how many weaklings amass, they are useless.
Okay, that's not big sister, that's mommy.
she declares before annihilating them all. Kaiser Bear, the guardian of the Claudio Forest, makes its appearance, recognizing the demon as Kilmaria. He channels a powerful
Kilmamia.
energy blast and MC starts saying his prayers. But Kilmaria pulls him into her melons again and deflects the attack with a magic barrier. She treats him as her little brother, so it's only natural of her to protect her brother.
Wow. It really feels like he tried to get himself out of this role and he got himself back in and he's just pigeonholed now. Sucks to suck, bud.
After annihilating the Bear King with a single attack, Kilmaria reveals herself as one of the Demon King's 6 generals. Kilmaria. Fortunately for him, MC is weak and she won't attack him. Not to mention, she considers him her brother. Of course, misfortune is never far off. Soon, Kilmaria confides in him. She's looking for an adventurer named Asahi to fight him to the death. But wait, that's me.
Oh no, that's me!
He realizes instantly, figuring out just how dead he is. She's on a totally different level from the other adventurers. MC is about to run off when his adventurer ID coin slips out of his pocket and rolls over to Kilmaria.
She's like, oh, you're that strong? Dude, she's gonna annihilate him. Or they might join forces.
Oh, I guess the DM is railroading us into a boss fight. The demon commander immediately channels an attack while elsewhere. Maya's "My brother's in danger" radar goes off. MC starts running from Kilmaria, who flies after him confused. Why aren't you fighting? She asks, still believing him to be a powerful adventurer. Because I'm scared, he shouts. Thus, the demon flies after him while trying to convince her little brother to fight her to the death.
Fight me to the death, little brother!
This goes on for a bit before a pillar erupts from the
Oh my god.
ground, separating the two and sending MC flying into another set of melons. These
Whoa!
he recognizes for sure. This sensation, this scent, it's Maya.
Oh, he knows.
The two girls proceed to have an argument about their revealing looks and how they plan to pounce on MC. Their exchange over, they proceed to clash right there, and for the first time, none of their attacks are able to end the battle in a single hit. You can keep up, they exclaim. After seeing Maya's power, Kilmaria realizes the legend of the star adventurer Asahi was really due to his sister. The pair duel while MC looks on, each of their blows tearing apart bits of the once peaceful Claudio Forest.
Okay, now it just feels like Dragon Ball Z. They're just like super fighting like Dragon Ball Z characters.
Whenever one makes an attack, the other defends. Everything seems evenly matched, until Kilmaria unleashes her killer fire attack, which Maya easily blows away.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh no, did Saitama finally get serious? In a single attack, Kilmaria is defeated and sent into a painful impact on the ground. As Maya goes in for the kill, MC steps in and tries to defend her since she had protected him from the bears. He manages to end the fight on a rather peaceful note, convincing Kilmaria he doesn't harbor any resentment towards her for trying to kill him. As they're walking back to town, Maya practically throws herself onto him, saying she's out of MP and can't walk anymore. She wants him to give her a piggyback ride.
I think that's fair.
He calls her a liar, and she confesses she understands Kilmaria's desire to pounce on Asaki. When they
Whoa.
arrive home, MC makes dinner while poking fun at Maya's skill names, who calls their attack Big Sis Wind Blast.
Subscribe for part 2 and get ready for new content. Go out and touch some grass, you nerd. Wow, that's a really great message, and I fully support it. If you guys like this video, you guys want me to review part 2 when it comes out, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to go smack around the old like button. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're trying to upload videos just about every single day. Okay, guys, I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.